Hi guys, I'm here back with the tutorial for the box that I had a couple of requests on how to make, and I will post a picture somewhere in there. Hope everybody's having a great week, great weekend. I want to say hello to all my subscribers, new and old, and thank you so much for subscribing, watching, and commenting on my videos. So, without further ado, let's get started. This might be a long video, so not sure if I'm gonna do two parts, but we'll see. Anyway, what you need for this video is two 12 by 12 pieces of chipboard. This box was not my idea. I said that in the original video. It came from Alexandria M here on YouTube, and she makes amazing boxes. I will link her video below. But anyway, what you need is two pieces of medium weight 12 by 12 chipboard. In her box, her lid is not hinged. I hinged my box. So basically the sides, the measurements are the same, except for the lid is the sides of it are a little bit smaller. But for the lid, you would need, well, actually, you would need two 6 by 6 pieces of chipboard for the top and the base, and then you will need two 6 1/8 by 1.5 pieces for for two sides, and then 6 by 1.5 by two sides. And yeah, the only difference is the 6 1/8. And then for the base, like I said, 6 by 6, and then you need two 6 by 3 and two 6 by 8 by 3 for the base. And I'm going to speed this video up so it won't take so long. Hopefully we can get through this in half an hour. So if you want to see how that box is made, stay tuned. And guys, I forgot to mention you will need some paper hinges. These measure 1 inch by 12. I just took a 12 by 12 piece of paper and cut it at 1 inch, scored it in the middle, and then used I believe this is 1/4 of an inch score tape. So you will need some type of double-sided tape, a sturdy tape. And I put mine close to the end. Some people put theirs close to the middle, but this is how I like to do it. I like to put it towards the edges. And I just cut up one piece of paper, so I got 12 strips here. I might need to do more later. And you can do these in a color that will complement whatever paper you're using. Since I have an idea what paper pack I'm using, just not the papers, I decided to go ahead and go with the with this neutral color. So for that, you will need that, and of course you will need some scissors, ruler, X-Acto knife, or some type of cutter as well, and glue. So let's get started. So the lid is made just like the base, like I said, with the difference being instead of 3 inches is 1.5. And what I'm doing now is I'm changing out my blade and my X-Acto knife. So if you want to fast forward, you can. I'm sure that is really entertaining to see. So we'll also need a piece of acetate. That acetate should measure, I would say like 4 1/4 by 4 1/4, or 4 1/8 by 4 1/8, depending on how much room you want on the sides. I'll probably do 4 1/4 just to be safe. Make sure I have enough to go over the edge there. So yeah, for this part, what I did was measure in 1 inch on all 4 sides, drew my lines, and now I'm just going to cut out this box. Hey guys, it's Terry. I'm back. I just wanted to say real quick that before I put all the little hinges in the inside here and on the base, we forgot to do something. I know y'all like, I ain't forget nothing. Well, I forgot to tell y'all to do something. And that is this part right here. Here's an opportunity. You can cover it with this color. I cannot remember the name of this color, y'all. This brown hinge. Or you can trim it out with, if you already know what type of paper pack, or not what type, but which paper pack you're going to use, and you know the colors, then you can pick a trim here that will match that color. I'm just going to go with this brown color because as of right now, I don't have an idea. And Alexandria did it totally different. She also did it before she put the sides on. So I'm just going to use hinges to, these are short, but I'm just going to use hinges to put these guys on, and it would go more like that. So I'm just going to measure here, which is probably the same all the way around, and I'm just going to use hinges, paper hinges, as opposed to putting a piece of paper, measuring in, cutting out another square, slicing it here, there, not in the other, and then, yeah, not doing it. I'm just going to use paper hinges. Like I said, I'm going to use these brown paper hinges because I'm still up in the air about the paper. So yeah, and then if I kind of want to change the color up a little bit, I will just ink it, you know. So I just wanted to tell you that, and I'll come back and I'll show you everything that I did here in a few minutes. Be right back. Okay guys, so I'm back, and here's the box with all the paper hinges, oh, you can't see that one, with all the paper hinges on the inside, down at the bottom, around the edges. And just a little hint, if you put the hinges on this side, then put it on that side, then this side, and then put the inside hinges in, so it'll look neater. If it doesn't bother you, then yeah. So, but there's all the hinges. Still deciding on paper, y'all. I just can't get it together. And here's the top. And if you go to Alexandria's video, you'll see she did it totally different, but outcome is still the same. And don't forget that you can make these brown hinges to accent your paper. They do not have to be brown. Or you can use black chipboard and use black hinges. So I'm going to do another box, and I'm going to do it all the way through, slow it down. I hate to say it, but it will probably be a very slow video. A long video. But I will have my chipboard pieces cut so you guys can see. This is just a quick video. I know you guys wanted to see it, a tutorial, and it's an easy tutorial. I think for the most part, people wanted to see the shaker part, how the shaker part is made. Um, so, with that being said, we're going to move on to the shaker part. I'm going to go get my acetate and my shaker bits, and you will need some more chipboard for this part. So if you are following along as I go, that is what you're going to need next. Okay, so piece of acetate to fit this window, and you're going to need some chipboard, and I'd say about half an inch by an inch, maybe, if that much. It depends on you. Depends on what you want to cut it at. So we will be back. I will be back. Okay, guys, I'm back. Let me apologize now for the noise in the background. Kids are playing video games downstairs, so yeah, might be a little noisy. Alright, so I got my acetate. I measured it at 6 by 6, and I trimmed it down until I got it to fit inside the box. And then I put some acetate. Yeah, put some double-sided tape on the acetate to stick down on the box. In which case it got a little dusty. So I'm going to go ahead and take this off and stick it down. Okay, so now that's nice and tight on there, and then you'll need 4 of these. Measure about 6 1/8 by 3/8 of an inch, and these are going to go on the inside like so. And you may have to trim these down to fit. Do opposite sides first, and then make sure that the next ones fit in between the two. So I'm going to use wet glue here to do this. Okay, so there it is. It is there. They are there. And then you'll need, you can cut this any size you want. I don't even know how much this is. I just start cutting. Okay, so this is 1.5 by 1.5 by 1 inch. And I think I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces of chipboard cut at 1.5 by 1 inch, and it needs to measure up all the way up to this level. And what this piece is, it goes in the middle here, and it kind of prevents the acetate from caving in, and just kind of holds things in place. Because we're going to take this piece of paper, which I measured at 6 by 6, and you may need to trim it down on one side. One of my sides is actually 5 7/8, but that's how I trimmed it to make it fit snugly inside the box. You don't want it to be too loose, and you don't want it to bow either way, because your shaker pieces will come out. So anyway, this piece right here, I'm going to use some double-sided tape, and I'm going to stick it in the middle. And you need it on both sides. And my pieces are not cut perfectly, because it's going to be covered up, so you know. Let me see this string. Sorry, I got paper and glitter. Okay, so you try and get it in the center. Like that. All right. And then for now, we're going to put that to the side. Okay, so now we're going to take this piece, like I said, measure 6 by 6, and you may have to trim it down just a bit to fit snugly inside the box. So I have 4 paper hinges that measure, I'm going to say 6 inches by 1. They measure about, yeah, they measure about 6 inches by 1. And I'm going to go ahead and put your paper hinges on all 4 sides. Okay, so here's this part, and we are going to need a piece of paper that fits right here, because it's going to go down inside the box like this, and that's what you're going to see on this side where your shaker is. So I'm going to go, I have my paper picked out, yes I do, I know, and I'll be right back. Okay, so here is my I don't even know what to call this, but here's that piece covered with paper. I did a blue because I didn't like all the brown chipboard or the craft paper look, so I covered it in blue, and then I put this over it. And now we're going to go ahead and put in our shaker mix. Yes, it's a lot. Take this off. Oops, should do that one first. Okay, and now we're gonna get this out the way. Now we're going to stick this down. Make sure it goes all the way down to that piece, all the way down to those edges that we put in, like so. Give it a good rub. And now we can start taking off the double-sided tape here. So. Alright, and there you have it. That's the shaker part. That's pretty. Very pretty. So this piece here we're going to cover up anyway. So you don't worry too much about that. That'll be fine. Isn't it pretty though? Very pretty shaker mix. So, alright, so I'm going to go and, oh, by the way, before I do that, these are the papers. Stop that. Okay, so these are the papers that I chose, and actually it's just one. This is from the, and I'll probably use this on the inside of the lid. This is from the LOL collection. This is the 8.5 by 11. What is it? It's from this one, which is, yeah, 8.5 by 11-inch paper. So that is what I chose to on the outside of my box. And I know you guys are interested in what I use for that gold box. And this is the paper I use for that gold box. And I use some of the gold foil paper from the LOL collection. I believe it's the one with the stars. So yeah, if you're trying to recreate the gold box, just use this gold paper here, gold foil paper here. I got this from Michael's. and I use the gold foil paper there in the LOL collection, or you can use any gold foil paper that you may have. So I'm going to go ahead and add this paper, and I'll be back so we can finish this up. Hi guys, real quick, I just want to pop in here and to remind you to put your closures and your hinges on before you put the paper on the inside of the box, so that they will be covered and it will look nice and neat. So I just wanted to show you that before I did the inside papers. Just to remind you to at your back hinges or hinge, however many you want to use, which one am I? And your front closure or closures, especially if you're using brads. So, yep, just wanted to tell you that real quick, so that you can remember. And I'll be back with the finished box. Hey guys, I'm back. Okay, this is the finished box. I know, right? Isn't it so stinking cute? And this girl here came from the LOL collection. Isn't she adorable? And this is the outside of the box. And I want to tell you real quick, all I did here was cut a 1.5-inch circle with a circle punch, and then I slid it halfway up the middle, and then I just folded it around the corners to shape it a little bit. Then I put some glue on it on the inside and glued these down. And then these are some black gems from Walmart. And this little closure here, I believe I got it from eBay. I'm pretty sure I got it from eBay, but I don't know the seller because I had a different account at that time. And I haven't been able to get back into it. It doesn't work anymore. I'm not sure what happened there. And then I showed you guys the hinges, which I got from Hobby Lobby. And then you guys see the shaker mix in there. And then you open it. And here is the inside. There's the top. And then here's this, and it says handmade with love. And this paper is not from the LOL collection. It was just a random piece in my paper stash that I found that matched the color. So I used it, and there's the bottom of the box as well. I'll put paper down there. So it is finished. I hope this tutorial was helpful to someone. Tutorial coming out about the handmade cards. I had a couple of requests for that one as well. And I hope you guys like this box. I think it turned out super cute. Anyway, guys, this is the box. I hope you like it. I hope everybody has a great week. And I will post more videos soon. And have a great day. Blessed day. Love you guys. Bye.